When was the last time you did something that scared you? Something that kind of made you second guess yourself? Last week, when I did my video, I told you that I would do this week's video from my new recording studio. So here I am, doing something that is both exciting and scary. All of these angles of exciting and scary can affect our ability to cope and to conquer. That's where our resilience comes in. And this is the topic that I talk about with you here. So here I am in my new recording studio, my closet in my home office. You can see actually where the pole went. I took out the clothes. It's in my office now. And I had these foams. I've got my mic, and so I'm on the journey. It's interesting that on one hand, I'm feeling excited to do something I've never done before. That is to record an audiobook. I like exploring and learning. It was my friend Ivona who suggested the idea. I knew an audiobook was going to be part of my book launch, but she's the one who said, Rachel, I want to hear your voice telling your stories. It would give a signature energy to the book. Huh. With that conversation, a seed of imagining me doing it was planted. I asked, I looked at my resource around me. I asked my nephew, who's a musician, how to get started. He's the one who suggested my mic, and I had left over these acoustic panels from another project. And so now I've got something to start with. I was given a recommendation for a software just for narration, not music. So it's a lot more pared down and simple. And so I'm working on all the fun part. Starting a project is easy, it's fun. So this fun, easy part fueled my inner resilience, that energy that just wants to jump in and get things done. That confident part of me likes the adventure. That resilience that says, I have the smarts, I can learn, I can do this. It's outside of my comfort zone, but it's not too far out there. Then, ooh, there's the other part when reality sets in that has a loud voice. It says, Rachel, do you know how long it takes to record an audiobook? Do you know how complicated it is to have a continuous, engaging tone of voice? Do you realize how many corrections and redos you'll have to do for a whole book? It all feels very hard, long, and enormous. I've got alarm bells ringing loud in my head. That is where my outer resilience comes in, this heavy armor. Imagine like the shields coming up to protect me. And I find myself avoiding, procrastinating. Do I really want to do this? What was I thinking? This is no longer fun and exciting at this part. Still, I tell myself I can hunker down, I can grind through it and get it done. This part of me can break down a project in pieces, do stuff logistically, and plow through it, but there's nothing fun about it. So, how would I want to do it? How would you want to do something? This is how I interrupt the thought process to shift my thoughts and therefore to shift also my resilience. Which fuel, which engine is propelling me forward? It starts with awareness. The awareness of the inner discomfort. Then there's the question of saying, what is there to be grateful for in my situation, in what I think is this horrible discomfort? So let's break it down. I wrote a book. That was a big project, as big as what recording could be. So if I can do one big thing, I can do another. So a bit of a reality check. I wrote page by page. I can record page by page. Is that true or false? It's true. Okay. I'm already well surrounded with people to guide me on how to do it. I've got YouTube videos that tells me how to. I got my nephew that's pointed me in the right direction with some microphone. I've got my pop filter. I've got, I found a right, um, voyons donc, tool to record, one that is simplified for narration, not one that is for music. So there's so many widgets that are just not, it's simplified. It's made for narration. That's good. I can learn simple. I can learn complicated, but I don't want to in this. I've already created my studio. I've been practicing and learning many ticks, tricks, and tips. And so a lot of the getting started part is done. Wow. When I do that list of reality check and gratitude, the heaviness already starts to lift. I remind myself that I want to live a big life. I want to do daring and big things. I want to have goals that scare me. It means that I'm living fully into my potential. Wow. I'm grateful for all of this little list that I made just by taking 5 minutes and breaking it down. With that thought, I noticed that the alarm bells in my head are getting quiet. I can put away the chocolate till later, and I can breathe and recenter. I feel a shift in the type of resilience that is there. The outside armor, the shields are going down because they're not as required. And that inner energy is getting refueled. It wants to move back into action. So you see how the pattern between outer resilience, awareness and gratitude, and that inner resilience starts to play. That's the purpose of what I'm teaching here. So let me ask you this. What is something that feels heavy for you in life right now? What parts of it can you kind of dissect, break down into pieces, and be grateful for that you are equipped, capable, experienced? You're not starting at ground zero. You've got stuff going for you. So write down your list. And based on that, what is one next step that you can take that would move you in a positive direction on your project, your goal, your dream? If this idea of transforming your fight or flight outer resilience to a more lighter version with gratitude and inner resilience as your main motor is of interest to you, I'm starting a book club as a pre-launch to my book. I'd love to invite you. So you can visit the information in the description below and find out more about that and how to join. In the meantime, if you like this video, I asking you to like, to subscribe, and that way you'll get more tips and tricks as I continue to share the wisdom of my book. So till then, I thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.